What a lovely day. I really hope a mailman doesn't give me a suspicious package. Here's a slightly suspicious package, sir. Tim, are you? You're actually. I swear, if this is a rattlesnake, or even worse, a copy of Sonic 06, I'm going to freaking lose my marbles. Wait, Parappa the Rapper. I get to play. I get to play a good game. I get to play a good game? Yes! Yes! I'm gonna need a jar. Parappa the Rapper is a rhythm game developed by Nanosha and published by Sony in 1996, with a worldwide release later coming out in 1997. This game is a part of a series of multiple games such as Parappa the Rapper 1, 2, and also Jammer Lammy, which focuses on rock instead of rap. Later on, the first game would see a release on the PSP in 2007 featuring upgraded visuals and remixed traps. This, in my opinion, is the definitive way to experience the game. It just feels so much smoother than the other versions. The first game also had a remaster on PS4 as well in 2017. This one honestly isn't a great way to experience the game. Something about it just feels off. When playing the remaster, I had multiple issues due to the game just feeling more difficult because it just needs the precision of a wired controller. This game requires you to be precise, and it's ruthless if you aren't. So that's why I'll be playing the PSP version of the game, because it's also the only version of the game I own physically, and I'm not spending an arm and a leg on the PS1 version. Sorry about rambling, I'm just excited to experience a good game for once in my life. The game starts in a movie theater where Parappa and his friend group are watching a movie called Jet Baby, which also looks better than whatever that animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid was.
Huh? Take off your headphones. Why don't you give Greg a pep talk about middle school?
After that, they walk to Chunky Burger to get themselves some good old fast food. This is where we meet our cast of characters. PJ Barry, who really likes food. Kitty Cat, who is a cat that also is a part of the band in Jammer Lammy, surprisingly enough. Sunny Funny, who is the character Parappa simps for, even though she just looks like Flowey. Parappa, don't make her mad! And finally, our main character, Parappa. I think he's the guy from the title. Then Parappa gets so distracted from being a freaking simp that he only orders water, and then it cuts to them eating. After that, it cuts to the intro.
You gotta do what? I gotta believe.
Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite game openings of all time, just because of the way everything flows now with animated. It works so well with the song, and it's also an absolute bop. This game uses a papercraft art style, but you probably already know that since you saw it. I absolutely love this art style. Something about it just speaks childlike wonder, which is probably what they were going for. Anyways, let's start the game. So it cuts to our friends eating, then a group of bullies walk in with one of them saying yeah and right to basically everything spoken. So you think NFTs are a quote-unquote cool thing? Yeah. I see why you're in therapy. After that, they hit on Sunny Funny, and a strong dog walks in and introduces himself, and his name is Joe, and no, I will not say it. Joe basically just stands there and flexes how cool he is until he speaks so fast that it's all gibberish, and then Parappa thinks to himself how he can become a hero, and he uses the power he always uses. The power of believing. How do I believe he made a giant boat? This is when Parappa goes to the Fruits Dojo and our first level starts. The gameplay here is actually pretty simple. All you gotta do is copy the button combinations the teacher makes, but the catch is, the game is ruthless as shit. You have to be as precise as possible, which is why I'd recommend the PSP version, because the remaster just doesn't work with this gameplay. You have 4 ranks on the meter, awful, which means you suck, bad, which means you also suck, good, which is the rank you need to beat the stage, and cool, which I never achieved. The first song is a fantastic introduction to the game, teaching you how the game works very subtly but effectively, which is what I love to see in tutorials. After the first stage, Joe finally shuts the hell up and realizes the bullies have actually left, and now we're on chapter 2. And then Joe Chin drives in a huge-ass limo, and Barry yells. Then Joe Chin, as the absolute Chad he is, makes Sunny Funny and Katy Cat sit at the front with him, and then makes Parappa and Barry sit in the back, which then makes Parappa think to himself, I'm going to drive so the character from Undertale will like me, which causes him to take a driving test, and this is where the second stage, aka my favorite stage, starts. Everything about this song to me is freaking amazing, and it also shows how it subtly gives you advice, because when she says,
Boom, boom, boom. You say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between. Come on, let's jam.
there's no pause in between copying her button combination. So I finish her rap, and then Parappa decides to go out for a drive and absolutely demolishes the car like the absolute genius he is. So after realizing his dad is probably gonna sing a rap about being in debt, he thinks to himself, I'm gonna sell stuff, I gotta believe! And then he leads us to the third stage of the game. Stage 3 is once again an absolute banger. This one is more laid back than the others, but at the same time is probably one of the most difficult ones. It uses rapid button presses and is very intense, which you never expect from these types of songs. This game just loves to introduce new mechanics to songs. So now it's Sunny's birthday tomorrow, and Parappa is tasked with making Sunny the cake. So he buys a cake, and then Joe pretty much comes in like, Yo, look at my cake the size of the Empire State's Building! Then Parappa gets yelled at by Katie, and he uses the power of believing and goes on a Cheap Cheap's cooking show to learn how to make a cake. This one here is another one of my favorite levels, because freestyling will really help you here. This here is one of the most difficult levels in the game, but it never feels downright unfair, even with a game as ruthless as Parappa. The way the lyrics flow in the level are just mwah, perfect. After that, Barry and Katie ditch Parappa to make him alone with Sunny, and then, oh no, Parappa has to piss. So then he takes the car and speedruns to the washroom where he goes to commit piss. But then every character from the level is like, no, you can't piss. This level here is the most difficult, with me dying on it about 7 times before I actually beat this. My favorite part of the stage is probably the game over screen because of this. So then, after Parappa commits piss, he gets back to his car, and Sunny seems sad that he is no longer constipated. I have the humor of a 4-year-old. Then it plays a musical compilation of Parappa winning over Sunny, and then you get to the final level, which just mixes everything from the game together, and then everyone walks into a theater, and the game ends. Overall, it has fantastic gameplay, fantastic music, an entertaining story, and great mechanics. The big question I have is, will drugstores sell physical copies of Parappa the Rapper? Holy shit, they got G Fuel!